Welcome to another game of Catan. Today we are in first position on this board, and looking at the board, this is a very, very low ore board. This is probably the lowest ore board I have ever seen. So how are we going to handle this situation? So I like to handle low ore boards by taking very high production spots and then finding a 3-to-1 port. So the two I'm seeing right now the three I'm seeing right now are the 8, 5, 10, 9, 6, 5, and the 5, 10, 8. So out of these spots, I do like the 6, 5, 9 the best, just because it has the most outs. We're most likely going to get onto that 3-to-1 port, and we have 3 resources here, which I think is going to be important for us. Now I'm hoping one of these brick ports stays open. Not brick ports, sorry, these brick spots. And also here we could go left. Because one fear I do have is somebody taking the 5, 10, 8 and then snagging one of the brick wood ports to cut us off. I don't know why I keep saying ports. Brick wood spots to cut us off with the free road, which is definitely a potential here. There's 4 spots that allow you to do that. The other spot is the 384 with the wheat port. That's pretty decent here as well. But it's a little bit low production, I think, for the position I'm in. So I think I still will take this, and I'll take the risk on the 3-to-1 port. But there's definitely a lot of spots you can consider here. The sheep port is also going to be useful, especially in this position. There's a lot of sheep on this board. 6, 8, 5, and 6. But I like the 843 as well. 463, not as valuable. I really like this placement though, the 496. I wish I would have looked more at that actually, just because it offers a little bit less production, but you're not going to be contested on the 3-to-1 port, and you'll get a little bit of ore here. So I do like this placement by red. Now as black, a couple different things you can do. Obviously the high production spots like what we considered. I would be tempted honestly to take the 3, 4, 8 here and go up, because there's so many spots that you can pair with it that'll make that sheep port super useful. But he does opt for the 3, 4, 8. I think that gives 4th position a really, really good setup with the 3, 8, 4 and the 5, 8, 10. A very, very good setup. And then obviously pointing up to make use of the sheep. And then also there's a chance this 11, 3, 6 stays open. Unlikely, but there's a chance. Now black also could consider taking the 5, 8, 10 here with that setup in mind and really using that wheat port to effect. Okay, so he doesn't take the 4, 3, 8, which is interesting. I think you take the 4, 3, 8 here instead of the 3, 8, 11. Sorry, 3, 6, 11. A lot more production starting off. I guess not that much more. But that wood is super useful to pair with this brick. And eventually you'll get on that ore spot. But it does allow him to buy an early dev, which is useful. So the more I look at my initial setup, the more I'm kind of regretful that I didn't pick either what red had chosen or even the 3, 4, 8 here, just because there's so much sheep on this board. Now I don't like black's road here. I think there's a good chance I take the 3, 10, 11 spot. As much as I don't want to do that, there's a chance that I do take that spot. Obviously I could take the 5, 10, 8 here, but it's really not that useful for us. Now I have a feeling red has a choice. Now red can take the high production 10, 5, 8 spot, or what he just did, which is take the 5, 11, 4 spot. Which is interesting because Red knows that in our position, the 5, 8, 10 does not help us too much. We really need brick to pair with our wood. So I'm honestly leaning more towards the 3, 10, 11 spot. Now this is very risky, obviously, because red could cut us off for sure. And them taking the 5, 10, 8 is really going to end our game. But at the same time, they do have to pull another brick, which is going to be tough since they're only on the 11. And we have initiative on them. So I know it's risky, but I kind of want to take this 3, 11, 10 spot. Additionally, this will give us more opportunities to take road here. Is there anything else that makes sense? I mean, it's really between the 3, 10, 11, I think, and the 5, 8, 10. 5, 8, 10, I think it plays it safe. And 3, 10, 11 is a little bit riskier. Yeah, I guess I could take the sheep port as well. That's honestly a fair assessment because it does really hurt blue. And it gives us a little bit of ore to play with. We could point up. But I like this a little bit more. And I'm going to hold here because there's a shot that we don't take the 5, 8, 10 spot. We just need one more wood. I think what black's trying to do is cut blue off at that sheep port, which I am very much in support of, but unfortunately I am racing red to this 5, 8, 10. Which is hugely important. I don't know if anyone trades me wood here. Red is surely not going to trade me wood. We are going to have to place the road, though. We're going to risk it. One more wheat also does it. So there's a good chance we take this spot. Excellent. And then black cuts blue off. So this is definitely evening the game quite a bit. Blue taking that sheep port is very, very, very important for us. And blue is upset. Understandably so. Ruthless cutoff. But the benefit, though, is blue still has a 3-1, so he's far from out of this game. He's also on a ton of production. But, I mean, it was a mistake that he didn't go to the 3, 4, 8. And he is gonna, get to settle on a 3-1. So I don't think it's I don't think he's out of this game whatsoever. We're shooting off some trades here, seeing whatever we can get. I am going to be passing here with 9 cards, just because 4 for 1ing puts us at a risk of just not rolling that card. And of course now we roll the 9. I don't think red has it though. I think he still needs another 11 to hit. But what I'm trying to say is if I say I 4 for 1 my brick, and then it rolls back to me and I don't actually hit. Oh, here we go. And I don't actually roll. Like, see, there I would have been in the same situation. And then I think I'm just going to 4-for-1 this wheat for ore, just to prevent myself from 7ing out here. We know we're going to need ore here in the future anyway. So our risk paid off. We do need the wood, obviously. Otherwise, we might as well go for the dev card here. I'm sure we get blocked, so there's not a ton of things that would be bad. Obviously, I'd rather not use the... yeah, we got the trade, so we don't have to worry about it. Kind of surprised he made that trade. He could have definitely asked for 2 cards here. I think a quick tip and something that I need to work on myself is to ask for multiple cards, especially when somebody's working with a lot of cards in their hand. Like there, I think I had like 10 cards. Okay, we roll 2 wood. So I think I want to road settle on the 10-9. And I want to road settle on the 10-9, just so when a 10 hits, I have 2 wood and 2 brick. And here I'm just going to 3-for-1 for ore. We'll need the ore anyway, and hopefully I can get me a city on that 9-6-5. Okay, I'm sure we get blocked here, probably at the 6 sheep. But could be one of the 10s, maybe one of the 5s. I think it definitely makes sense to steal from me here. And he does get our ore, unfortunately. Something we'll have to worry about too is red, who there's a good chance he, 8 steals from us again, makes sense, who road settles on the 9 to cut us off. I think we'll hold here. We're at 6 cards, and I think if anything else rolls, we'll probably get blocked here. But of course, a 5 rolls out. Okay, I think red probably has the city here soon. Oh, he does not. Yeah, red's in a tough spot here now as well. Probably going to go back on the 10. And he steals from blue, which is smart because we are at 8 cards, so that'll put us under 7. I kind of wish I would have taken that trade, actually. That would have given me the city. We will have the settlement. I think I was a little bit paranoid of red cutting us off, but I think he's also saving up for the city. Okay, we'll go ahead and 3-for-1 for the settlement. Now we'll probably want to connect our road sooner rather than later. I'm not super worried about keeping road though, because we do have plenty of space. We can circle around the 10, move over to the 12-9. I'm sure we get stolen from. I think the 10's a good block. He does take our ore, unfortunately, which maybe gets him the city. No, it doesn't. I know he's saving up. Yeah, I like that 10 block because of this Because when the 10 hits, otherwise I got 2 roads. Thankfully an 11 hits though. And a 6. Now we could get on the other 3 to 1 port on the wheat, but I don't think that really helps us that much. It's just a better expansion than the 10. But I also like the 12-9 here. I think I'm going to hold though, because I think we'll continue getting robbed here. So I'm not super worried about 7ing out. And yeah, if the 10 or 9 hits and we have 3 that we can port for another ore. But our pacing's not great because I think blue is doing fine here. He's most likely going to get army. He has a lot of flexibility with this setup. I think if black didn't take the sheep port, then this game would be very tough. We are somewhat competing with red, but I don't think we lose that race for army. Or not army, sorry, for road. I think I'm going to block this 8. I'm not super worried about red. And I think blue takes army long term. Yeah, he just has a more flexible setup. Okay, but blue's still pushing army. Getting really close to the city. And a 10 hits, which is huge. We have the road settle now. But we actually can't use it. If no one takes this trade, I think we'll just 3 for 1 for the ore. And then place another road. We are probably going to 7 out here. And when we city, I think we're going to city up this 9-6-5. So there's a couple options. Obviously the 5, 8, 10 is a competitor to that. But the problem with that is I think this 8 gets blocked a lot of times just because black's on it. And blue is obviously going for army, so he has a lot of knights to play with. So I think it's better here to actually city up the 9-5-6. Also, the 10 gets blocked a lot of times too. So I definitely think you have to be blocking us here. Yeah, 9 is fine. I think the 10 actually, one of the 10s I think is a better block. I think we will go ahead to and settle. Getting really close to the win here, actually. Almost at 7. That's why we're going to hold the brick and... Oh, I did it for or. Why did I do it for or? That's fine, though. We can actually city and get the dev card. Or not city, but settle and get the dev card. That's fine here, too. And it's road building. Okay, so now we just need a city for the win. Probably blocks the 9 here now. Another 7. Nothing for them to steal. There is another mono on the board, though, so we have to keep that in mind. At this point, we might as well just take road. There's no point in really hiding our intention here. And we don't need to prep for another settlement spot since we just need one more VP. So I think we'll just take it all the way down the 5, 6, 11. And the only reason we're doing this, by the way, is just in case, red pulls 2 dev cards and somehow is sitting on 2 VPs already. Just to protect us from anything crazy happening. Okay, red has decided to be road bitch this game. They could definitely take road from me this turn, but I think long term, very unlikely that they keep it. But of course, always try when you can. Now we could try pulling for it, but I almost want to play it safe and just do 2 roads just to lock down road. And I think that's what we'll do. We're not in any rush. We could pull for it, but I don't think this is a situation where we need to pull for it. There is still another road building in play. So we have to be careful. There's also a lot of, I'm sure almost every VP has been pulled. So this game's far from over. I want to see a lucky 12. Also another mono in play. I have a feeling that blue has it. Which if they don't use it this turn, they're going to use it next turn. Probably going to wait to just use it for the ore, to be honest. Also, he is sitting on 3 dev cards, so he's probably getting pretty close. This is risky territory. Yeah, if he has the knight, probably wants to put it back on the 9. Yeah, it takes another wheat. But I think black has a VP. It's unknown whether red or blue has a VP, but I'm sure at this point we're in dangerous waters. Okay, so red just modeled the sheep. Question is he going to use that to try to take road, or is he going to try to build some cities? So it looks like he's going to try to get road here, and he gets it. Wow, so he's at 9. Yeah, this is far from an easy win. It's always tough when you're not on a war. Just gonna have to keep sitting and waiting. That is the second mono though, so we don't have to worry about that. Red could take this though. Smart blocking the 10. Wow, if he has the city here, that is unfortunate. Oh, and he pulls for it. So I think he's sitting on 2 VPs. Which means blue has 2 VPs as well. Now a lot of 7s coming out. Gosh, that's tough. We're sitting at 6. We could try to pull 2, but at this point I'm assuming blue has 2, black has 1, red has 2, so I don't think there's anything that helps us that much here. Smart block on the 10 though, and he does steal our ore. Oh, that's brutal. It's good that our 10's unblocked at least. Oh, tough. Okay, so we probably need to steal from red here. We'll do so at the 4. I don't think the wood helps us too much here, so we'll just go ahead and 4 for 1 for the wood and then pray that a 10 hits. Yeah, GG. Well, we should have pulled for it. I didn't think I didn't think we were in a rush, but brutal game. Wow, 78 turns. That game felt like it took forever. God, that was unfortunate, man. Incredibly low ore board. We made it to the 10-5-8. We definitely could have won that game. Um, but I think we just ended up being a little bit. I think we should have just gotten some more knights and bit the bullet on buying dev cards. I wanted to stay true to our win condition, but in a situation like this, I didn't anticipate as many sevens rolling out there at the end. But, obviously, opponents are going to try like hell to make sure that you don't win. So, should have and probably invested more in knights there at the middle to end. But regardless, thanks for watching. I'll show the dice stats because I know some of you guys like to watch those. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.